All right, give me a second. Okay, I'm here now. I need to make you show up too. Okay, so I am in the midst of pinging everybody. What's it called? In Discord about the of the lineup. So you'll have to give me a moment while I figure that out. Radio's a little late. because I forgot it existed for a second, and I ended up getting a little off track because I was helping my teammate with their song on the tournament of the 7th, and yeah, I kind of forgot that BBRadio exists for a minute, and it was like 4:03, and I was like, oh no. So yeah, I know, I was so caught up with what I was doing, I completely forgot what I was supposed to be doing. Anyways, okay, there we go. There's the list of people. I gotta get rid of all the embeds. There we go. You can now see the lineup in the BBRadio channel. Anyways, now that we're done with that, we can actually get started with our songs. Which, let me get the title of the first one. That would be, Mountain Pass Plus by slcius. There's no description for this one. I'm gonna move this over here, actually. That might be a better idea. There we go. Yeah, now I can see it better. Okay. I have 2 monitors now, actually. Fun fact. My left one I'm using for my OBS and all that stuff, and on my right one I've got Discord and the titles and all that stuff. So yeah, let's see. Let's get rid of this cover and listen to the song. This is not the right song. This is way ahead. This is the right song. Now let's listen to it. Oh wait. Alright, that was Mountain Pass Plus by slcius. I might want to double check to make sure that's the right one, because I'm pretty sure it is, but I might be wrong. Anyways, the next song we'll be looking at is called Tranquil Village by VantaUmbra. And let me turn off the looping. The person that submitted the song was asking about, like, for the past few weeks has been asking about whether or not their song's going to make it into the radio, and it's finally made it. So yeah, I hope they're happy that they're going to finally be able to see their song in the radio. Speaking of people, there was going to be a Happy Lemon Lime song, but I realized it was like 2 seconds long, and it was actually just the metal pipe sound effect. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna skip that, because it's not really gonna make much of a dent, plus it's a joke, so I don't really think it'll matter if I remove it. Anyways, the description of the song says, "Hi, hope I make it," with a tongue face. And yeah, that should be everything. Let's get listening to this. It just ended all of a sudden. I was like, I wasn't even looking at my screen, so I didn't even notice it just ended. And I was like, oh, what happened? Anyways, that was that song. It was pretty good. The next song we'll be looking at is called Salmonella by White2570. The description says, this is quite an old tune of mine, 3 years is so far, but I made a bunch of tunes with names of diseases. But here is the one that has aged the best. Is Salmonella disease? I'm gonna look that up right now, actually. Is okay. I didn't even know that was a disease. That's neat. The more you learn. Anyways, this song is this one actually, and we'll be listening to it right now. So yeah, let me mute myself and listen to the song. All right, that was Salmonella. The Bassin, the what? Wait, AKA the Bissing, what? Oh, the Boots and Cats and It's kind of hard to describe it any other way. But yeah, anyways, that was that song. I think it's kind of funny. Nobody's at all mentioned the fact that Tenna is just spinning, or Sonic the Hedgehog wearing a chef's hat. But that doesn't really matter. We're going to be looking at the next song, which is going to take me a minute. I think actually this description might be long enough to be like a substitute for the song I cut out, and that's for the song I Was a Fraud. Oh, I forgot to copy the name. Hold on. This song, I Was a Fraud All Along, M.F.P. Juno's P.O.V. by how do you pronounce your name? Krmailence, I think it is. The description is going to take me a minute, but it says, read blank at blank 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 as redacted. Okay, so I gotta put redacted instead of blank. Okay. This song, which will play in my upcoming visual novels. Yes, I'm playing a visual novel. Making a visual novel. My furry protogen, Juno's POV, will be heard when Juno reveals something right after an unwinnable encounter in the events of M.F.P. 2. When the main character asks what the mysterious protogen that rendered her out of commission for at least a month, she reveals some of the truth. Keyword some. I hope you enjoy the redacted at redacted. Huh, that's odd. Some of my texts got redacted. Almost as if they don't want me to tell you. Oh, who's they? Well, it's best I don't tell you, for both of our sakes, because if I told you, you'd rather not want to know. By Krmailence. P.S. There are a few motifs belonging to Deltarune in this track. See if you can spot or hear them all. P.S. which personally I think it's more like if you want to include more P.S.'s, you add more S's, so it'd be P.S.S. But anyways, this song was originally 150 something BPM, but I sped it up to 170, so it's just under 5 minutes to be exact. The song is 4 minutes, 59 seconds, and 294.083 milliseconds long. Very precise, I know. Thank Audacity. Anyways, that was that long description. We shall be listening to this song. So yeah, buckle up, buddies. I'm gonna mute myself. All right. That was I was a fraud all along. I have something to say. I messed up and I don't even know how I did it. This song here is not at all the song I was looking for. It's actually this song. I don't know how, but I managed to open up the wrong song. I don't even know where this is linked. Hold on. Let me try to find what this song was. Evacuate now. Wait. Oh my. I remember why I opened up the wrong link, because earlier Shanty asked me to like fix the links because they updated the song and wanted the links to be, you know, what's it called, like the correct ones. So I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll just copy and paste the links into the thing. I forgot to copy the first link in the list, and I accidentally just pasted the one I had earlier. That is very, very yeah, not good. And yeah, we'll be playing the right song that I should have been playing from the beginning, Mountain Pass Plus, and I didn't play the right song, so I am very sorry. uh so yeah, I'm going to be playing the song, and yeah, let's just do that right now, actually. Yeah, once we play this song, I will you know, go back to the normal thing, which I believe the next one's a Pastenkopie song. So if you're you know, excited about that, then yeah, buckle in, I guess. And whenever you say fool, I always think of what's it called? Franziska von Karma from the Ace Attorney series, because she says it all the time. Anyways, let's I'm gonna mute myself. Oh, it's supposed to loop. My band. Well, I can't really do anything about it now because the song's already stopped. So, yeah, that was a Mountain Pass Plus. by Celsius. That was actually the right song. It wasn't the song I played earlier. And I apologize to both Celsius and Shanty because I played Shanty's song by accident. So yeah. Anyways, it's now time to listen to the right song, the next song. Swashbuckling by Pastenkopie. I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I'm just assuming. Anyways, yeah, let's skip to that. That would be this. And yeah, let's listen to I actually listened to this for a second, like earlier while I was preparing for the stream, and it's pretty good. So yeah, I hope you guys are excited for this one. Okay, that was actually pretty funny. Happy 11 line. Who is the person on the radio? Wait, if at chopped up 84 is in the chat, who is the person on the radio? I don't see the cat looking at at their phone or anything to type in chat. That's pretty funny, actually. So I guess you could say that they're just like telepathically doing it. Hold on, Goober, how are you doing that? I was connected to the wing mic. Telekinesis is how I'm doing it. Okay, well, yeah, let's listen to the next song, which I keep forgetting it's on my right screen. The next song is, oh wait, I was gonna say, like, as a joke right at the end of the song, that was a pretty average afternoon for Pastenkopie and like the dubstep gang in Beep Chord, because a lot of the time they don't use samples for like any of it. They just use like envelopes and modulation, which is really funny. Uh, and yeah, that song had 0 samples, by the way. None, not a single sample. All of that was done in the website, which is kind of crazy. Anyways, the next song is called very very interesting. I wonder what the deal with that is. It could be very, very interesting. Anyways, the description says, "How much longer now? My my delta." I wonder. Anyways, next song. I actually listened. Oh, I forgot to put this into the song player. I actually listened to this one too, like quite a bit too. It's really good. Yeah, let's listen to this song and mute myself. In fact. All right, that was the end of the song, and it was pretty good. We're going into hey darker, darker yet darker. Photon readings negative. Anyways, the next song is hold on, let me get this. The title says, hold on, let me pull up the chat too. There we go. Let me open up just, there we go. And we are now on My Reflection, Starcrasher. Wait, no, the song's called My Reflection. It's by Starcrasher. Yeah, the description says, this was a boss theme for Mother Reprise, a Mother/Earthbound fan game in development. This track was heavily inspired by a certain song from Deltarune, LOL, with a colon 3, no, colon 3. I'm stupid. Anyways, let's listen to the song. All right, that was good. I wasn't expecting Black Knife inspiration, but hey, good. So yeah, that was pretty good. Anyways, let me pull up the next song, which is number 8. A battle against BeepBox itself, which the song is not made in BeepBox, but we'll ignore that for a second. The description states, please play this before the song I made called Round 2. Well, as you may notice, there hasn't been a song called Round 2 yet, so I think I followed the instruction fine enough. Anyways, let's listen to this song. Alright, that was A Battle Against BeepBox Itself by RipBacon710. That was good. I liked that. Yeah. Honestly, as a battle theme for beatbox that actually you know, sounds like it would be a battle theme for beatbox. That was yeah, sounded like like a battle theme for beatbox, so works with me. Anyways, we're gonna be looking at the next song, which is number 9, Shapeshifter by Chromosoze, which is an ultrabox song this time. We shall be muting my mic. Was there a description? There is. The description says scrapped UFO song. Well, it's 96% finished. I just realized that the melody kind of sucked. The sound design is pretty good, good though, methinks. Yeah, anyways, that person's actually in the chat, so we're gonna be looking at your song. Are you ready? Anyways, yeah, let's listen to this. Alrighty, that was that song. Oh, wait, you didn't even realize it was doing that? I thought you were doing it on purpose after I said something. Oh my god, that's actually really funny. Anyways, the next song is by v.a.v.s again. And it's called Grace Reprieve Cleanse, and the description states, retaliate. Anyways, let's listen to this song. He just let out the most, like, yeah, kind of voice, and then was like, yeah, cheery time. Anyways, let's mute my mic. My wow. Okay. So yeah, that was really good. Yeah, okay. So I gotta say something. Uh, Friggin' that song used a synthesized guitar. I'm assuming it's synthesized. It might have been a sample. I don't know, but that guitar was awesome. And Choppy and I, for our round two submission of Tournament 7, did a eerily similar song that's not quite the same. It is actually a completely different genre, but the genres are adjacent. Where our song was new metal, this one was heavy metal, like outright. Like, wow, okay. Um, and yeah, that song was really good. I think it's funny here that both of our songs had vocal snippets, but ours was like Choppy sang in it, and I did like the rapping sections, which kind of funny. Hold on, who's pinging me? Hello. Yeah, you made it in. What? What? This person. Oh wait, don't tell me that there's a sample missing. Oh my god. Whatever. Anyways, yeah. Anyways, this next song is gonna take me a minute to read, and I also need to get the title for it. I am sorry that their samples didn't load, friend. I kind of didn't realize that they didn't load. They loaded in the preview. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, the second submission, apparently the samples for the drums weren't loaded, and I was wondering why there was that sound. I didn't realize it was the samples, like, not loading. I thought it was my computer just, like, lagging. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Anyways, we're gonna be listening to this next song. Oh my god! Um, so yeah, this is Fallen. I can't pronounce that because I don't know what it says. Fallen from Divinity. And this is by Krmailence. No, hold on, wait a minute. They told me how to pronounce this. Krmailence, I think it was. Where is it? Was it Krmailence? I believe it's Krmailence. Um, wait, that's how you pronounce it, or that's how you spell? I don't understand. Krmailence, Krmailence, Krmailence. Is that good? Is that how you pronounce your name? I'm going to assume that is. Oh, why the samples didn't load? I'll answer that while I'm playing this song. Anyways, the description says, uh, Krmailence, Krmailence. I'm gonna spend like 5 minutes trying to figure out how to pronounce that name. Anyways, the description is pretty long, so I'm going to be reading it out. It's not as long as the other one, though. So yeah, let's get reading this. This was a song I made after Vigilante 8, which was previously featured specifically as the second track in BBRadio episode 137. So if you want to hear that, go back and listen to that. This is another song I'm pretty proud of. For some context on the previous song, what we were yapping about, prime souls are formed when a soul amasses enough willpower and determination to manifest physically without the need of a physical body. A husk, in quotations. They are incredibly powerful, rare, and considered a threat by the angels in this game. Prime souls are found in prime sanctums, which can be found after defeating a boss known as a flesh prison, or in P2, prime second, a flesh panopticon. Okay, there we go, I got that right. Levels go off the naming convention, layer, level, number. Ultra kill layers go off of 9 circles of hell. P stands for prime sanctum, S stands for secret mission, and E stands for encore level. There are 4 levels per layer except for 3, 6, and 9, which feature 2 anti-prime sanctum. For example, 1E, 4S, 7-3, 9-2, P1. And at the end it says, love you, Chopper, platonically, of course. P.S. Also get my Furry Protogen and its 3 other games, M.F.P. and M.F.P. and my Protogen Engineer. It's a really good visual novel if you're interested into furry sciences and mechanics. I'm sorry to say, I'm actually not a furry, and I don't really play visual novels all that often. I think the only visual novel I have is, like, Ace Attorney, and that's not even really a visual novel, is it? So, yeah. Though, if you guys want to, in the chat, want to play the game, go check it out. So, Chop Top become a furry, sad, like, broken heart. Honestly, not really something I'm all that interested in. You know, doesn't really matter to me whether I'm a animal or am I human. That's not something that defines me. My species is not what defines the Chopped Uppity for. Anyways, yeah, let's listen to this song. All right, that was Fallen from Divinity, by I'm not even gonna try pronouncing your name, to be honest. I give up. Anyways, I've gotta bring up something right now. So As it turns out, the second song in the radio had trouble loading samples, and I want to get your guys' opinion. Should we go back and play the song? Hold on, I'll create a poll for it. Should we go back to play the second song with the samples loaded properly? There we go. You guys can really quickly answer that poll, and once you guys are done with send poll, I'll give it about a minute. So the moment it hits 5:13 or 5:14, I will end the poll, and we will either go back to listen to the song, or we will like go to the next song. Yeah. Apparently the song actually needed the samples a lot to like sound proper, so it's entirely possible that it'll sound really, really different now than it did like the last time, because before I just assumed that the song was like lagging because my computer was not running very well, and also I was streaming for the first time with two monitors, so I didn't know that it would like do that or not. So yeah, let's see. It is it 5? It's still 5:13. I'm waiting for 5:14. Okay. Well, we wait. How have your guys' day been? It's I know it's like 5:13 for me right now in real life, but which is EST, by the way. But I've had a pretty chaotic day. I've been doing a lot. I've been updating my song for Tournament 7 Round 5. I'm against Nobunoko, by the way, in the first bracket. So if unless Nobo like submits some type of troll song, I'm done for in the tournament, and I'm not going to be participating next round. But I hope I'm going to at least pray that I win, even though I don't imagine that I will. Anyways, it is now 5:14, so I'm going to end the poll. 83% of you guys said yes, so we shall be going back and actually listening to the song with the samples loaded. I don't know why it didn't load last time. Oh my god! Of course it was friggin' okay, let's wait a second. Not do anything. Okay. I hate waiting for samples because it's like half the time it's probably just Pandora's Box samples that are taking half an hour because Pandora's Box doesn't like me or anybody for a fact. Yeah, we're still waiting for the samples to load. Honestly, I may just play it in like the regular song player, you know, just to make it easier on me, maybe. Oh, wait, I just thought of something. I could, like a crazy person, import the theater layout from BeepBox into ultrabox using the custom theme editor, because it's all CSS. There's nothing stopping me from doing that. It's still loading the samples. Why is it taking so long? You know what? Let's just play it in this, because you can actually see the sample bar. And it's done. Well, that was fast. What layout should we do? Just real quick. Somebody say a layout. The first person to say a layout, I will go with that one. Haha, I gave up on the tournament. I could import the wide. Okay, so we got 1 and wide. 1 it would be small, and wide would be, or I could. I mean, actually, you know what? You know what? It wouldn't change all that much, so let's just do it, actually. Let's just, like, port this to a BeepBox in, like, 2 seconds. Okay, bam, and that's done. And, samples. Completely different layout, by the way. Switch out the layout, which would be this. Yeah, this looks funny, doesn't it? It kind of looks pretty different. Is the samples loaded? It is not. Let me refresh. Oh my god, wait. No, it was the previous one. I had the Minecraft like one. What's the difference between a BeepBox and ultrabox? Well, you can see one of them. This layout exists. There's also this button, which allows you to change whether or not it plays. Like you can see the loop bar disappears. That's how like the looping. Actually, turn the looping off. In fact, there's also a lot of other things which I don't feel like going into detail about. Is the samples loaded? Why is it not loaded? There we go. Okay, well, I nearly had a crash out. We can listen to this song and let's zoom out. There we go. Let's just pretend like this is normal. Wait, I have to turn on the... See, I told you, song looping, that's a thing. Anyways, no, the visualizer on the bottom, that's not a BeepBox, that's not a BeepBox thing, that's just the stream. That's my, like, layout. But, yeah, let's go. Actually, now that we've got that done, we're going to be skipping back forward to... That would be this one, I think? Yep. We're going to be turning off looping, and we're going to copy the description. Yeah, I understand that your song is meant to loop, but as just a thing that I do, I always turn off looping, so then I don't have to fiddle with the volume to make it fade out. And on top of that, sometimes some songs at the end have, like, a thing that's not within the loop, which can make the song sound different, which I don't like it when it does that. Anyways, we're going to be going to the next song, which is number 12, Round 2 by RipBacon710. This is the second song by this person, and as you would not believe it, this is actually the song that they were talking about earlier. So, continuity, we're talking about continuity here. The description says, please play the song after a battle against BeepBox itself, but before Untapped Potential. I'm asking because the songs are all connected with motifs that are meant to be in a certain order. So, yeah, I'm doing things in order this time instead of playing the second song before the first one. Oh my god. Yeah, let's listen to this. Yeah, I'm gonna beat myself. Alrighty, that was round two, and yeah, it was pretty good. The next song is going to be number 13, Dunebreak by Clarkson 1. Yeah, we're gonna be turning off the looping on this one, and yeah, let's listen to this. I forgot to read the description because it's so small. The description just says W. That was pretty cute. I liked that. Yeah. You know what? I'm thinking to myself, I could see the time that it's been streaming. It's been an hour and 20 minutes since I started streaming, and I think it's funny that even with a like list of songs that's less than normal, I can still somehow manage to pad it out so long that it's nearly an hour and a half long. That's crazy. Admittedly, I did play one song that wasn't even on the list by complete accident, and then I played the actual song, so that means I played 15 songs, and then I played the same song again, but with samples, because the first time it didn't load, so technically I played 16 songs so far, but the next song would actually happen to be, yeah, 16, okay. The next song would happen to be this one, which is Untapped Potential by Rip Bacon 710. This is the finale of this arc that Rip Bacon's been doing with the battle against BeepBox itself. This would be the final battle, and the description says, please play this song after a battle against BeepBox itself and round 2. I ask this because the songs are meant to be played in a certain order and are all connected. You wouldn't believe it, but we are playing the song last, so yeah, let's listen to this song. The one time I don't loop a song, and it's the last one. Okay. Yeah, that was Untapped Potential by RipBacon710. It's quite nice to finally see the end of that little arc there, the phase 3. Also, I was thinking about it, but I completely forgot. Not Lemon Lime. Yeah, that's their name. Happy Lemon Lime. They made a remix of what's it called? It's Nice to See You, and said something about it being for the BeepBox radio. And I was thinking to myself, oh yeah, I could probably play this. I'd have to ask first. But I got so like caught up with stuff, I completely forgot about it and ended up playing the normal version. So next week I will ask well, by the next week I will ask what is it called? Happy Lemon Lime if I can use that song for the next radio. And then if I get their permission, I can actually play it. So yeah. Being excited for that. And that also happens to be the end of the radio. I actually really quickly want to showcase a song that I initially put on the list, but I rejected at the last second when I heard it. It's this. Hold on. Let's open this up. Decided to disconnect, and it's back. Well, yeah. I guess there's gonna be like 1 second of it not working. Anyways, this is the song. In song player, it looks like this, and yeah, this is the song. You see why I decided to skip this song? Not really much here, is it? I mean, it's pretty funny, don't get me wrong, but there's nothing here, and it would have been like 2 seconds. So yeah, that will be the end of the radio. We can cover this up. That's the wrong one. Cover this up. And yeah, I don't really know what to do next. I haven't really thought this far ahead, and now we are on the end of the episode. What do I do now? We could play See You Next Time, but I don't know. I'm just gonna press. Should I press the button or should I not? I'll press this button first. Actually, I shall blow you up, and then we'll end the stream. So